Welcome everybody to the Endurance Chaps 24 Hours of Le Mans. It's time for free practice 3. I'm joined here by Charlie and Ollie. Say hi.
Good afternoon, boys.
Hello.
Today's schedule is as simple as that. We got free practice in just around 7 minutes. That is then followed by the Road to Le Mans Race 1, which we will also be following live. Then we finish off the night with Hyperpole and free practice 4, all of which is, of course, gonna be streamed by us. Not the races though, just the live timing. You guys are currently watching a slideshow as we wait for the sessions to get undergoing. Eventful day yesterday. Wouldn't you guys agree with that?
Absolutely. It was very exciting. Obviously, loads of drama in qualifying. And then obviously the big drama, Joe to Porsche in free practice 2 last night with a big crash, which has meant that they've had to get a new chassis in, which is not good for them. They might miss out on Hyperpole later today.
Yeah, I'm sure they're hoping that they won't be, but it was a weird big contact for the Jota guys at the end of FP2 yesterday. Or was it qualifying?
FP2.
No, it was night practice, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Big crash coming through turn 6 and 7, just before Tetra Rouge. We're not sure what actually happened. There's no live footage of it. There's no onboard from the Jota and there were no cars near enough to capture it on their onboard cameras at the time. The best we've got is a fan camera that caught the very last second before the Jota made contact with that inside Armco barrier. So we are pretty much blind as to how that crash happened. But yeah, Callum Ilott, I'm sure, feeling tender this morning, and also feeling sorry for the team.
Yeah, an interesting crash, because it looked like he was weirdly straight. The line he took was weirdly straight right into the Armco. Something that theoretically shouldn't be that doable in that section of the track. So we're all here a bit confused as to basically how the incident happened. Do you guys think I should bring it up and show the stream what happened?
I mean, sure, yeah.
I am working on it.
Just one thing that I would like to say before we do start and show that video is that there are a handful of cars. When I say a handful, probably about half the grid at this point. Half the cars have stop and go 5 minutes for yellow flag 2 last night. So notable people from that is the I believe one of the Toyotas have one.
The number 8 Toyota, the number 3 Cadillac, the 4,
the number 4,
which is one of the Penske entries. Then the 38, which must be a
Jota.
Yeah. The 83, which is the AF Corsa Ferrari, and the 93, which is the... Was that another
Peugeot.
Ferrari? The 93? No, Peugeot. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So quite a few, but I think we've got the issue. I think we've got the video now, so let's have a look at that.
It's in extreme slow motion here, just because this is basically the first frame of the entire video. There is not much being seen at all, and as can be seen, he is completely missed at least 2 or 3 corners before this to even be in this direction with car, and as can be seen in the video, he just goes straight on. Yeah, this is actually basically all that we have. I think this is everything that everybody has so far.
Yeah.
I doubt the team have more information or more video footage of what's happened here, because it's at a place on track where this kind of incident shouldn't happen, really. I would 100% expect something would be possible on the left-hand side going down to Tête Rouge, where you might understeer. But this is extremely weird. An extremely weird incident as we head back over to the slideshow now.
Oh dear.
Get the timings
I've just
ready.
heard as well that that Jota, the number 12, won't be running at all today. Suggested.
Really?
And that they'll be allowed to have a shakedown test on Friday evening. So tomorrow evening they'll be able to have a quick test just to shake down the new car, well, the new chassis. But that suggests that they're probably not going to be out on track today, which is unfortunate. Obviously, they'll miss Hyperpole. So they'll start 8th position anyways, which is fine. But it will be, obviously, they've done what they can. And we have just got, so loads of people are leaving the pits. We'll see how it turns out in about we'll have the first few laps,
For God's
first
sake.
lap times coming in. So let's see how that goes. Let's get the live timing up and see how that goes.
My blooming timing 71 is broken.
Nice.
Is it? Refresh.
Have you tried not having it be broken?
Thanks.
I'm here all week. Whether you like it or not.
I don't think I do like it. Where did I send the timing 71 thing?
In the chat within the chat.
Thank you.
No. No worries. We'll see how many of these serve their stop and goes for now. Be interesting to see who serves it at the start of the session. There is apparently rain on the way. We'll see what that does. It's currently 20.3 degrees air temperature and 28.1 degrees on the track. 43% humidity and a 6.2 miles per hour wind speed.
No, my timing 71 is refusing to.
Well, I can help you.
No, it's fine. I've just had to do it through. I've just had to do it through blooming
Words.
I've just had to do it through Chrome instead of doing it through Opera. It's fine. I'm all good now.
Okay, fair enough. Let me know if you have any issues. So that I can, I don't know, bully you for having them. I don't know. Should probably mention to the stream that slight to severe bullying between us three will probably happen. Because we'll be with each other basically constantly for this entire week.
Pretty much.
And we are all good friends.
Yes.
So we can take it. We can take the bullying for a couple of days. As it looks like no one has set a time yet. Never mind, it's
Well, yeah, it's only
No, it's still just out laps at the moment.
yeah.
I believe the 10 BMW on the lap, the 15 BMW, and most of the starting cars are now getting started on the main laps.
Yeah.
I was coming back into the pits, obviously. I think they would be trying to serve their penalties already.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I expect so. Crazy traffic through the final chicane as people try to line up at the start of the lap. They've
also got a tailwind on the main straight. That will be pretty cool. but it might actually make the cars a little bit unsettled when they're going into the Dunlop chicane at the top of the hill.
Top speed.
Aston has also got another 5-minute stop and go for an unsafe release in FP2 last night. So in total, they have 10 minutes stop and go, which is not great.
Yeah.
But thankfully, this session is 3 hours long, so they've got more time to run. A session like last night or previously. And good news, GR Racing are on track. So they missed out on qualifying and free practice yesterday. So they are on track. Currently in the car, in the pits though. So they've just done one lap but then come back into the pits. And that's the number 86. Should be coming in through to us very soon. So we've got Hyperpole very soon after. We've also got the Road to Le Mans race, which we'll be covering on here as well. So that should be some exciting racing to bring to you today. Raffaele Marcello has just set a 3:31.126. So pretty fast, but still a lot of time to gain on that.
That's what, 5 seconds off of the times we saw in night practice yesterday?
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, benefit of night practice yesterday was that the track temperature was about 16 degrees.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it does just make it easier on the cars, on the tyres. Everything runs slightly better because it's cooler.
And then Ferdinand Hausberg has just gone faster in the Alpine, a 3:30.7. United and GK are first in class in the still no GT3s coming through yet. We'll get them to you soon though. Simon Mann in the Vista AF course of 55 Ferrari just set the fastest time in the GT3 class, 4:02.857. So very.
So
very
those guys are a long way off as well.
In James comes in through with the 4:06.8, and in the Heart Racing Aston Martin number 27. Only 14 people to currently set up so far, so.
And I tell you what, those GR Racing guys in the number 86 car, they really can't afford to spend any more time than is absolutely necessary in the pit lane.
Oh, absolutely. They've already spent hours and hours in the pits. They need to get out there and get running. If anything, I think the likely pick of a retirement in the race will be them. Obviously, they've got a lot of experience in the past, but that's in GTEs, not GT3s.
Yeah, and they've had next to no running so far this weekend. So.
Ferrari's currently P3 with Antonio Fuoco in the number 50. Maurice Schuring in the Manti EMA 91 Porsche 911 goes fastest in GT3 with a 4:0.5 1:05.22. Pretty fast from him, but still a lot of time to gain there. It's a very busy track out there, isn't it, this afternoon?
Well, I think people are anticipating with this rain coming in.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, the rain forecast for the whole weekend is that we're going to get dry to wet, with it being wet starting on Sunday morning, sorry. So these guys, they need to work out where that crossover is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw what happened last year with the rain when it came through. Mick Schumacher in the Alpine, number 36, just goes fastest at 3:30.3. 3/10 faster than his compatriot in the number 35, Ferdinand Habsburg. Muncie Pure Racing, number 92, Klaus Bachler. Impressive lap from him, a 4-minute 0:0140. Just 3/10 faster. Muncie car. A Codes ASP, Jack Holtzworth goes fastest in the number 87, and his teammate Kelvin van der Linde in the other car goes second. 3:58.951 for Jack Holtzworth and a 3:59.015 for Kelvin van der Linde. Impressive times from those Lexuses. James Calado is under investigation for an unsafe release, as Felipe Nasser in the number 4 Porsche Penske Motorsport goes fastest at 3:30.133. Brad Vasseur is currently in the Ferrari garage, so good to see that he's supporting
Yeah, just saying
other Ferrari efforts.
Apparently, Gasly and Ocon are going to be stopping by the Alpine pits as well at some point this weekend. I would assume on different days, so they don't start fighting each other.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
apparently they're going to be there. And car 23, Hanley, has already received a warning flag for track limits.
That's insane.
It has been not even 15 minutes.
It's not good, is it?
Good God. And the number 51 Ferrari is under investigation for a unsafe pit lane release at 2:58 local time.
Yeah, that's a skill issue.
Oh, so literally coming out into the fast lane, waiting for the session to start, that was.
Probably went out in the fast lane too early. Lamborghini's gone up to third with Danny Kvyat. Andrea Lotterer goes first in the 6th. And the 7 Toyota Gazoo Racing, Jose Maria Lopez, the reserve for this weekend, 3:6.7.
Yeah, slotting the times in now, aren't we? A 29.1 as well for Jack Aitken in the 3:11. A 50 and the 51 of James Collado does a 29.675. These times tumbling now. A new fastest LMGT3 time as well. Gregoire Saucy in number 59 United Autosports McLaren does a 3:57.5. So that's about a second off of where those guys were on race pace yesterday. Yesterday they were in the 56s race pace. It's going to be interesting to see whether I reckon we'll have a big spread of times today.
Yeah.
Because we're going to see there's going to be 8 cars from each class that are going out and practicing for Hyperpole.
Absolutely.
And all the other cars are going to be going out and doing race pace practice. So there's going to be a big difference in the times that we see today, I expect.
Jack Hawksworth has already got a warning flag for track limits as well in the number 87 Acodis ASP Lexus RCF GT3.
Nice. And there was a new fastest time for the LMP2 Pro-Am as well. The Duquesne team number 30, currently at the hands of Simonauer. Yeah. Set a new fastest time, and that was a 3:40.6 for the LMP2 Pro-Am. Sorry, no, a 3:40.1 for the LMP2 Pro-Am.
If you are watching us, do remember to give us a like, subscribe, let us know where you're watching from, who you're supporting, and it'll be great to hear from you.
Yeah, best times are flowing in thick and fast. Now we're not gonna shout out every single one because we'd be spending every waking second talking about times being set. And that GR racing car.
Yeah. Not a bad time from him.
That GR racing car doesn't seem like its issues have slowed it down too much. Just over a tenth behind the United Autosports McLaren in the hands of Gregoire Saucy.
And what I will mention is that GR Racing Ferrari, Daniel Serra, has set the fastest first sector for the GT3. So it's got the pace, just needs to get back on track.
Yeah, absolutely.
Scott Dixon's just set a fastest time for the number 3 Cadillac Racing in number P9 overall. And Wheeling Cadillac, Jack Aitken sets the fastest time of 3:28.729. Wow.
791, but yeah.
Sorry, 791, sorry. Too many numbers. Alex Plows also set a good time for the number 2, putting them in 8th.
And James Collado improving as well, 29.577 in the number 51 car.
Thing is, you can't discount that number 50 Ferrari, or any of the Ferraris really. You know, obviously they were pretty dominant last year in Le Mans.
I mean, I would argue that with I'd say that with the results we've seen recently, if you look back across the last year of sports car racing, I don't think there's anyone except the Lamborghinis and the Isidor that you can count out from this 24-hour race at the moment in the hypercar class.
Never count this sort out.
I mean, that's the thing. You didn't even mention the Peugeot. The Peugeot led Le Mans last year. And
the Peugeot hasn't been bad. As a race pace car, it's far stronger as a race pace car than it is as a qualifying car.
Absolutely.
That's the thing we need to remember.
What I did actually see the other day, or this morning actually, was that the Peugeot is about a second faster in qualifying than it was last year. So they've definitely made some improvements to that car in order to try and get the most out of it. But we'll see how it works in the race, you know?
Mustang.
That's a Mustang.
I've got to admit, that
Colin
black and
Brown has
gold.
just set the fastest time for the number 45 Crowdstrike Racing LMP2 in Pro-Am.
Yeah, not a bad lap time from that CrowdStrike racing car.
They've been a little bit slow throughout, though.
40.107.
Into Europole, number 34 goes fastest in LMP2 with Vladislav Lomko. Number 3:38.8, so pretty fast.
Yeah, time's coming in now. And like I said, you know, we've currently got a field spread of like 4.6 seconds in the hypercars.
Yeah. Jose Murillo Lopez goes fastest to 3:28.721. So between Cadillac and Toyota at the moment, really.
It doesn't surprise me because that Toyota does have the benefit of that toe from the Porsche in front of them.
Yeah.
These cars are very good at producing downforce even in the dirty air. Dirty air is not a massive effector for the hypercars.
Dennis Olsen in the Proton competition number 88 Ford Mustang's just gone 4th position.
Nice. And that's a new fastest lap for Maceo Capietto as well in the Proton competition number 9 LMP2. That is a 38.658 in that LMP2 class now. Let's go to the top of the field. There's a Lamborghini P4. How did that happen? 29.8. That's not even that bad a lap time.
Not too bad, is it?
New fastest time in LMP2 Pro-Am, the number 30 Duquesne team by Jean-Baptiste Simonauer. That is a 39.8 from that number 30 Duquesne car. See, this is interesting. Sebastian Buemi in that number 8 in that number 8 car is struggling far more. Currently, best lap set just now 32.979. New fastest time in LMP2 Pro-Am and in LMP2 overall. It's Ben Barnicoat in the 183 AF Corsa car. 338.528.
Felipe Nasser goes the fastest overall in the number 4 Porsche Penske. 4 tenths quicker than the Toyota that just set the fastest.
And the number 7 goes straight back to the top. Jose Maria Lopez takes the fastest overall as the time for the Porsche Penske car was removed. Yeah, Felipe Nasser in that number 4 car, running wide somewhere, gaining time, and the lap is removed.
Frederick Pesky's just set his fastest lap time, putting him 6th in class, 3rd in Pro-Am. 9.562. Peugeot goes 6th. 5th, I apologise.
Loic Duval.
3:3:30 on the dot.
Yeah, that's not a bad lap time from them. If that's a race pace time, that is not poor.
Neil Jani's just set his fastest lap for the Proton competition 99. A lot of people coming into the pits now. Many people are coming in.
93 having the front put back on.
93 was the car serving that 5-minute stop and go, I believe.
Yeah, then got wheeled back into the garage as well. New best times coming in for Hypercar, quite a few of them. James Collado in the 51 improves to a 28.985. That puts them 4th in class. Mick Schumacher improves in the 36 at 28.879. That takes them to 3rd in Hypercar at the moment. Alex Palou improves to a 30.152. That takes them to 9th in class at the moment in the Cadillac number 2 entry. And then we've also had an improvement for Thomas Floor in the number 54 LMGT3. That takes them to P13 in class in the Vista AF Corsa Ferrari 296. Their lap time of 4:03.030.
Andrea Caldarelli just set a good lap of 3:29.651. That puts them 5th in class currently. Michael Christensen does a 3:31.194 in the number 5 Porsche Penske Motorsport.
Yeah, 14th in class at the moment.
Daniel Yarkandela in the number 82 TF Sport Corvette puts himself 6th in class. A 3:59.281.
New fastest lap time overall. It's Felipe Nasr again in the number 4 Porsche Penske Motorsport Hypercar 963, and it's a 28.690 this time. Let's see if that one can stick.
Yeah.
And this time it seems like it's going to.
Yeah.
Oh dear. That's not the line for the... That'll be the number 63 Lamborghini Iron Links, I think, because they're coming in there.
Robert Kubek is at fastest lap for the number 83 AF Corsa Ferrari, the privateer. They're currently 14th in class.
Lots of hypercars coming into the pit lane now.
Alex Pluge set a fastest lap time so far in the Cadillac number 2. A 3:28.442. Impressive from him there. Number 33, Matt Schull. I think that's the DKR Engineering LMP2 car, has just got a warning flag for track limits. United Autosports number 22, Nolan Siegel, sets fastest lap in LMP2 so far, a 3:38.2.
Nolan Siegel sets a new overall fastest time in the LMP2 class as well. 22 United Autosports car, 28.38.2, nice.
What's interesting is that Alex Palou is on some used mediums, so the fact that you're still setting these times is amazing. Cool Racing Frederick Vesti just set the fast time for the 47 Cool Racing LMP2 Pro-Am, the 3:38.063. Or Lamborghini's going a little bit off in the final chicane with a little bit of traffic. That's not good for them. Yellow flags at Marshall Post 35.
That is the final chicane.
And that is right as Frederick Vesti sets the fastest LMP2 time with a 3:37.342.
Interesting.
Like right at the same time. Same second and everything.
Whatever causes it in the background of this shot. No, we're not going to.
Nope.
Rene Rast has just set the fastest time for the number 20 car, a 3:31.618. Where does that put them? They're currently 19th.
Still yellow flags at Marshall Post 35.
That is.
Oh, there it is.
That looks like Planet Racing LMP2 is stopped or going slowly, so maybe a few issues with that car. They had a little bit of an issue yesterday when they got beached in the gravel in free practice 1. They've just
And a little bit of a punk with the wall on the inside.
I don't think that's too much issue on the wall there. If they can limp that back to the pits, I'm sure we'll get going soon enough.
He might have to come in. I think he will have to.
The yellow flag is still up. Wonder if he stole the car and can't get it going again.
Most likely.
Yeah, that would be an annoyance, wouldn't it?
You need to do a control out and delete in that situation, really, and just give it time, let it cool a bit, and then get it going again.
Still yellow by the looks of things.
Yeah.
Track is back to green flag now.
Yeah, there we go.
Lovely. He's just entered the pits, I believe.
Was it the 60 car? No, 65. 65. Yeah. Does not say that he is in the pits, but he has resumed driving.
Weird for him not to continue. Weird for him to continue, sorry, and not come into the pits. That you sort of want to
Just
go back
double
into
check
the pits
everything.
and make sure everything's okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh, there we could see him leave. Out on track again on the stream. I don't know if you caught it.
Yeah. Car number 33 and car number 87 under investigation for track limits, so they'll surely be getting a stop-go 5 in a few minutes' time for cutting the track. Marshall just sets a new first personal best of 3:30.154. Where does that put him? That puts him 13th in Hypercar. Iron Dames, Rahul Fry's just set their fastest lap at 4:00 00271. Where does that put them? That puts them currently 9th in class and 46th in that Lamborghini, the Iron Dames. Car number 44, car number 5, and car number 10 all warning flags for track limits, so they'll need to watch out pretty soon. As Reshad Degura sets the fastest lap in LMP2 in the EDEC Sport. Number 8, not overall, but in the LMP2 subclass, a 3:38.005. Car number 33 and car number 87, 5-minute stop and go for track limits. So there we go.
As Vladislav Lomko sets a new personal best in the LMP2 category, a 3:38.254 for car number 34.
Number 9 also sets a new fastest lap in the LMP2 class. Maseo Capieto, the 3:38.338. Ahmed Al-Harthi in the LMP2 3:46. Sorry, you go.
Sets a new personal best time of a 3:59.682 in the 46 LMGT3 car.
The Valentino Rossi car.
Yes.
PJ Hyatt in the LMP2 Pro-Am number 14, or Spike as we know it as, sets a fastest lap of 3:43.406. That puts them currently not very high up, but 15th in class, 36th overall.
I will be back in just a few minutes.
No worries. Ben Barnico, P5 in LMP2, P2 in Pro-Am, in the AF course 183, a 3:38.285. That's pretty incredible from him. Ben Barnico is a pretty good GT driver, so it's good to see him getting LMP2s and hopefully going to make the step up to prototypes hopefully one time soon. The 311 Cadillac Racing, Wheeling Cadillac Racing, Jack Aiken is complaining about a little bit of issues on the tyres.
Yeah, I mean it's something that the teams have been complaining about all weekend, or the drivers. They can't keep any pace in the soft tyre, but they can't keep any. But they can't get the medium to work well enough.
Exactly.
It's a really tricky kind of middle ground.
See what they do in terms of the actual race and see what tyres they put themselves on in certain conditions and stuff. So, but obviously all of this data in this free practice session is going to help them sort of gauge what they want to do in future. Yellow flags at marshal post 33, track clear. It was Sebastian Buemi in the number 8 Toyota Gazoo Racing. Seems like he had a little issue, maybe a spin. We'll see if it comes up on the stream in a second. He is now in the car in the number 46 Premium WM GT3, M4 GT3 from WRC.
Yeah, it's good to see that he's kind of taken like a duck to water from this transition.
He's done
from
really
the
well.
From the 2 wheels to 4.
Yeah, it's impressive. It's really impressive, and it's, you know, I think the hype's maybe sometimes a little bit too much. But you know, he's definitely getting the results that he wants and needs. So yeah, car number 33, 10-minute stop and go for track limits. That's number 33 DKR Engineering LMP2.
10-minute stop go for track limits. That must be their second.
I think I saw it in the thing twice on the race control messages. So the 7 Toyota seems to have a little excursion going out of Dunlop curves. Got away with it, but not doing that.
No, not what you want to see, really, is it?
Absolutely not. And that was Nick De Vries there. Do let us know, Dave. Any predictions you've got, let us know. It'd be interesting to see what you think. Yellow flags at Marshall Post 25 and 24. See if it comes up on the stream in a minute.
24 and 25, that will be coming down the back straight, I believe. 24 is entry to Indianapolis, 25 is Indianapolis, so this could be a problem here. This could be an off.
And a considerable off as well, perhaps.
Yeah, we haven't got any word on which car has slowed.
Prepare for slow zone at zone 6.
Oof.
So something big has happened there.
That is slow at Marshall Post 20. Sorry. So the slow zone is in effect from Marshall Post 21.
Matt Bell in the 47 Cool Racing.
Ah. Hopefully that is not a big issue at Indianapolis. We have possibly got a CCTV camera that race direction could cut to. Yeah, slow zone now. Oh, straight on into Indianapolis by those things. Oh, it's on the exit. How's he ended up sideways?
That's very strange there. Zotta Fucini is just heading back into the pits. They're still not set a time yet, so that's not good for them.
Yeah, there was some work going on at the back of that car at the start of the session. So not sure whether they're maybe having a couple of little teething issues with the powertrain.
Who's
Just in the
pinned
back of
it?
that car.
Number 47.
Oh, the 47 Cool Racing car decided he wanted to see what the gravel was like.
Go to the beach.
Yeah, I mean, nice weather outside. I also want to go to the beach. Bro couldn't go to the beach, so we brought the beach with him.
Right.
But that's the class leader, no?
It is at the moment, yeah.
Indeed, yeah.
Okay, so it's just a slow zone. Is he beached or did he crash?
The car's already up and out. We should be green before too much longer. They're just wheeling it off.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like what happened because I had to take care of a phone call.
Just a spin on the exit of Indianapolis and ended up in the gravel trap.
Yeah, that'll do it. Dixon in car 3 is under investigation for slow zone procedure. I guess that's not going slow enough.
Probably not.
Could be. Could be for not being slow enough in the slow zone. Could be because he. It can be, especially if you're caught out. In the slow zone when it comes out. It can be difficult to
none of
slow
your
down
issue,
fast
technically.
enough.
Like,
No, but they still get investigated for it because it flags as speeding in the slow zones. So they still get investigated. Oh, that's not the line.
it is now.
Number 8 of Sebastian Buemi complaining about car issues and then cutting the pit lane entry, going over the gravel, almost in the same breath. There. Also, Sebastian Buemi sounded immensely calm on that radio message. Normally when he's having trouble with the car, he starts pulling out his French F's and Jeffs. And
also,
becomes very angry quite quickly.
Car 66, driven by Petrobelli, is also under investigation for slow zone procedures.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got 66 under investigation for slow zone procedures, 95 of Hamaguchi, the 777 of Hoshino, and car number 3, the Cadillac driven by Dixon, all under investigation for the slow zone procedure at the last slow zone. So lots of teams taking this time to come into the pit lane, especially the hypercars and the LMP2s. Taking this time to come into the pit lane, new fuel, new tyres, change up the run plan, put someone else in the car, and get ready to get rolling again after this slow zone is lifted.
So the number 70 Inception Racing McLaren currently has an issue with their rear wheel sensor, so they're trying to fix that. No driver is in the car at the moment, and they'll hopefully try and get back into the practice before the end.
That slow zone should be lifting soon, surely. Unless they're having some real issues with managing to clear this car. This slow zone came into effect 10 minutes ago. It's only the one car they're needing to lift out. Feels like we've been stuck here for a while.
There is no cars stopped on track, so
I'm not really sure, unless they're sweeping up some gravel or something. No, so the 47 car's back in the pit lane. Apparently.
maybe just some clear up issues in terms of gravel on the track, perhaps, something like that.
As car 183 driven by Barnacote has received warning flags for track limits.
Yeah, not ideal for those guys. Feels like this slow zone is hanging around forever. I'm not sure what they're doing down there.
Zachary Robichon in the 77 car in the GT3 category has set a personal best of 5:09.158.
Now, I believe that car is its first proper lap. So,
Car 77 being the Proton competition, one of the Proton competition Mustangs out on track today.
slow procedure at zone 6 will end at 69. So in just about 13 seconds time.
Oh, thank God. It's only been out for 15 minutes.
For a 5-minute procedure.
Must have had the contents of every gravel trap on the circuit
Yeah.
down at Indianapolis for it to take that long to clean up.
Track is clear. Track is clear.
What are the chances the lifty truck got beached and they had to get another one to pull it out? And that's what took so long.
Would have been fun.
And then another one for that one.
Yeah, suddenly you got a train of like 4 track vehicles trying to pull each other. Oh, beautiful blocking there.
It's okay, it's Roman grows on.
Track clear!
Yeah. Nice. That's blocking performed to perfection. Car 66, 95, and 777 and 3 are all receiving 5-minute stop and go penalties for slow zone infringements.
Procedures. Yeah.
Ultimately, not too bad in a 3-hour session. Losing 5 minutes of track time. You still have
Not
2
too
hours and
bad, but,
55 minutes.
Still don't want to do it.
Definitely not. But it would be worse than a qualifying session.
Absolutely. Or Hyperpole.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh no, Peugeot's up to their normal things.
yeah, Peugeot cutting through the second of the Wilson chicanes.
Rennie Master set a new personal best. 3:44. That's not too great, so. Buemi has improved to second place in the number 8 Toyota. Only 0.2 seconds off the pace off the number 2 Cadillac Racing of Earl Bamber.
It's close
Earl
up
Bamber
there.
didn't set that lap time, but
He's in the car now. So
he's in the car now, but he didn't set that time earlier. I think that was Alex Palou who set that. Sorry.
Yeah, not so much going on at the moment.
Car 66 is receiving a 10-minute stop and go penalty for slow zone procedures. As Roman Grosjean is he getting into the car or out of the car?
66 is the... Who is 66?
That is the JMW
60.
Motorsports, a Ferrari
Okay.
296.
Oh yeah. Currently 54th overall, 17th in class.
Yellow flag. Double yellow at Marshall Post 6.
That is going to be Tetra Rouge, I believe. Yes, indeed it is. That is the Tetra Rouge Marshall Post. So again, this could become a big delay, possibly.
Red flag, red flag, red flag.
Red flag, that's going to be something big.
Oh, and that's a McLaren into
Oof.
the ball 59. Ooh. That's a big one.
Oh, Yeah. We got a better setup than that.
Yeah, man. Oh, and the Marshall just fell over.
Oh god.
Nice.
That's on its own accord. Eventful practice session so far.
Yeah. It does look like he did save it, but then just lost it a little bit afterwards, and then lost the rear.
Do you think he overcorrected the save?
Yeah, I think he overcorrected there.
That face tells you all you need to know.
Yeah. Thankfully, that car is not in Hyperpole tonight, so they'll
Mustang.
hopefully trying to get Mustang counter. They're not in Hyperpole tonight, so they'll have some time to repair and won't be able to miss out on much. But it'll be interesting to see how they do in the race on Saturday.
Is that a car on fire?
Oh, that's the 70 Inception car as well. Not on fire, but come to a stop in the slow zone.
He ran for a fire extinguisher.
Oh, maybe it is.
Good, yeah. And unfortunately, that car is in Hyperpole tonight, so they need to get that sorted. Frederick Shandoff. So the McLaren looks like it was smoking a little bit when it came out of the Indianapolis chicane. Welcome if you just joined us. Obviously, we've got quite. You've only got a red flag, so what we're going to do, we're going to put the music up a little bit. We're going to mute ourselves, and then once we know a little bit more, we'll get back to you guys. We'll maybe also put on the picture
Slideshows on.
If you do have any questions or anything like that, please do let us know. Just type in the chat, say where you're watching from, who you're supporting. If you have any questions that you'd like to know, let us know as well, and we'll try and get them answered for you as soon as we can. We're going to be live throughout the week. We've been live all day yesterday for the practice sessions and the qualifying session, and we'll be live for Hyperpole later tonight, as well as practice today, and also the Road to Le Mans Race 1. So please do stay with us. We'll get back to you guys later.
We will see you in a bit.
done.
We are back as the green flag has been waved after, is that 10 minutes of red flags?
10-ish minute of red flags, just a few issues for the 95 McLaren, which had a big off at Tertiary.
59.
59, sorry. And then the number 70 Inception Racing McLaren also having an issue with Frederick Jandorf in the car at the moment. Stopped during the red. So just had to repair all of that and get the cars back into a safe position. But we are going back out. Car 65 has a 5-minute stop and go penalty for track limits, so not good for them. That's the Panis Racing LMP2 Pro-Am car of Matthias Besch.
Should be mentioned that the number 70 McLaren that was stopped on track during the red flag had a possible fire scare in the car, as the driver was swiftly out of the car and running to one of the marshals to retrieve a fire extinguisher, which we didn't see being used, however. We're still unsure of exactly what happened with that car. However, Inception Racing is a part of the Only Endurance community channel over on Instagram, so hopefully we might be able to get some sort of update from them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that'll be a good idea if they get something out onto there.
So I will be keeping an eye on that for the next few minutes. Could well be that they are not even sure what's going on yet.
Yeah. The 38 Jota Porsche is currently having some issues as well. It's not into Hyperpole, but they've got some powered steering issues. They're working on solving that. So not a good day for Jota at the moment. They've obviously had to get that spare chassis for the number 12 involved in that crash last night with Callum Ilott. But we'll see what they can do with the other car. Currently, no times improving at the moment, so we'll keep you up to date if anything does improve. But
Yeah, there
quite
hasn't
quiet at the
been
moment, which is quite nice.
even hasn't been a single improvement for 3 whole minutes now, actually.
Yeah.
As car 51 is driven by Antonio Giovinazzi, also known as Italian Jesus.
Italian Jesus, indeed.
Missed that man in Formula 1.
Absolutely. So we've got 1 more hour left, nearly, and then we'll be over to Road to Le Mans Race 1. That should be pretty exciting.
As car 15, driven by Whitman. Oh, things are disappearing in front of my eyes here. There's something about him being... let's scroll. Oh, okay, there's a lot of times being set now. Car 15, driven by Whitman, has been given a 5-minute stop-and-go penalty for track limits.
Not
As car
good for that.
19, driven by Caldarelli, is under investigations for overtaking and beyond the track limits at Marshall Post 35.
That's not great for Caldarelli there. He's just
That is an-
complaining about the car, and then
That is an hour and a half ago.
yeah. Marco Sorensen in the D-Station Aston Martin 777 car has just done a fastest lap of a 3:57.7. That currently puts him fourth in class. And just to note that 59 McLaren of James Cottingham from United Autosports, which earlier crashed and caused the red flag, was the fastest LMGT3.
Can also mention that car 11, the Isara Frashini driven by Carl Watana Bennett, has actually managed to set a valid lap time.
Oh.
It is only 5 seconds, almost exactly 5 seconds off the leader, and a solid second and a half of the next car.
Yeah.
Hey, 1.3 seconds. Let's give them some credit where credit's due. That's the closest they've been at any track. Okay.
Sorry, yeah, absolutely. You're totally right here.
I think the only reason for that is that we've got 2 fuck-off long straights. So they are able to unlock the fact that they've got no downforce to do like 350 kilometers an hour down the
Probably.
two straights.
And then they roll the car through the Porsche curves.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Then it turns into a GT2 car through the through anything with corners.
Hey, I heard you like downforce. Well, too bad for you.
Interesting. I hadn't realised we've got Iron Lynx running the leading the LMGT3 class at the moment. 357.564.
Well, technically, it's still the McLaren, but yeah,
Yes, but they are
dead.
obviously somewhat broken at the moment. So, and also because they caused a red flag, they'll have their fastest lap time deleted. So it will be the Iron Lynx that's leading.
Will they, though?
Yes, because they caused a red flag.
It's only practice, not quali.
It doesn't matter. It's any session.
All right.
Harry Tinknell setting a new best in the Proton Competition 99 car. That's a 3:31.777, and that means the Isotta Fraschini is now 2.5 seconds. No, sorry, a second and a half off of pace officially.
Yeah.
Car 9 driven by Reed have received warning flags for track limits. That is around a minute ago.
Car 9, that is the Proton Competition LMP2, driven by Jonas Reed at the moment. Currently sitting P6 in class, receiving a track limits warning there. Car number 10 has received an official warning flag for track limits as well. Driven by Ryan Cullen at the moment.
That's
Back
the
to sport car.
team. They were going to be running the Isidor Fraschini originally. However, that didn't come to fruition.
Lots of drivers setting very, very good Sector 1 times, and then having slow Sector 3s.
I think what's really going to happen at this point is most people are going to be focusing about their Hyperpole. So obviously the Dream Thor number 15 car is going to be looking at getting their fastest driver in and getting this setup sorted for the next session. Proton competition, Harry Tinknell's just improved to 20th, overtaking the 93 Peugeot.
Car 80.
505.
Car 87 and 86 have both been warned about track limits.
New fastest Pro-Am and LMP2 time overall for Matthias Besch in the number 65 Panis Racing. That is a 3:37.217, and this could be LMP2 cars now looking at Hyperpole.
Yeah, definitely. Quite a bit of traffic in the LMP2 class at the moment, going through Tertre Rouge.
Yeah, plenty of GT3 cars to pass.
As well as their own LMP2 compatriots. So
I'll tell you what is really interesting with these new reduced LMP2 regs, due to the hypercar class not exactly performing the best at extreme top speeds or through the corners. It's taking them so much longer to get past those GT3 cars than we've seen in the past.
it is, yeah.
So much longer. I mean, those LMP2s were alongside that Corvette coming out of Tertre Rouge, and all three of them didn't clear that Corvette until they were more than halfway down towards the Daytona chicane.
Yeah.
That is taking a long time for them to get past. They've really got to wait until they're in that top gear and they can expose the longer gear ratios that the LMP2 has got due to producing more power to really be able to get past those GT3s.
Absolutely, you're definitely right there.
And it means that I expect we're going to see a lot of LMP2 moves under braking and through corners, which is a brilliant way to have lots and lots of crashes.
Yes.
When they have to do that. As we see there, the LMP2 under braking into turn 1.
Number 37, that's the Cool Racing as well.
Because it is where they're stronger. Oh yeah, curb.
Big curbs. Big baguettes, as they would say.
Yeah.
We got the
Tell you
baguettes
what,
and the croissants.
Weaving it really nicely around the edge of that big red sausage curb there, you gotta say.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume this is going to be a Cadillac going straight on at turn 1.
Ooh.
Yeah, there he goes. And that's what I mean. That, I expect, is the kind of switcher that that Callum Ilott had last night.
Yeah.
That we've just seen live on stream there. A long slide with the nose pointing to the left, then gathered it up and accidentally was then pointing in a right, pointing with the nose to the right and straight into the barriers.
Yeah.
He was a one-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. What a tune. I hadn't realised how close the hypercar field had got. We've now
Very
got
tight, isn't it?
13 cars within a second at the moment. And in that top 14, we've got all 3 Cadillacs, both the Toyotas, 2 Ferraris, both the Alpines, 1 of the Lamborghinis, and 2 of the three Porsche 963s. Sorry, all 3 of those, by the way, are manufacturer cars. They are all Porsche Penske Motorsports that are currently in that top 13.
Sota's just had a little moment on the Dunlop chicane.
Yeah, it's a bit slidey. As
Absolutely.
car 95 has received the warning flags for track limits.
That's Nicholas Pino currently in the United Autosports McLaren 720S GT3. We're in the final hour now, so we've got 50 minutes left of this session, and then we'll be over into the Road to Le Mans race, which should be quite exciting.
Yeah, we'll give you a little rundown of how things are standing at the moment. At the moment, top 3 in each class. We've got the number 2 Cadillac Racing, currently in the hands of Alex Lynn. That car at the top of the times with a 3:28.442. Following them is the number 8 Toyota Gazoo Racing, currently in the hands of Brennan Hartley with a 3:28.642, exactly 2/10 behind the Cadillac, although actually that Cadillac has just gone faster in the hands of Alex Lynn, the number 2, takes the top spot with a 3:28.245 now. And in P3 in the hypercar class at the moment is the number 50 Ferrari AF Corsa, currently in the hands of Miguel Molina, and that is a 3:28.648. Now looking down to the LMP2 field, which is headed up by 2 LMP2 Pro-Am cars in the form of the Panis Racing and Cool Racing LMP2s, the 65 and the 47 respectively, taking the top of the field with a 3:27.217 and a 3:37.342. And P3 in the LMP2 class is an LMP2 standard the IDEX Sport with a 338.0. Then the top 3 in LMGT3 at the moment, well, P1 officially in the LMGT3 class is the number 59 United Autosports McLaren 720S, who we saw have an off at Tetra Rouge earlier. There's a chance that car will have its lap time removed due to having caused the red flag, but their fastest time before that issue was a 3:57.558. P2 is the number 60 Iron Lynx Lamborghini Huracan LMGT3 Evo 2, say that 5 times fast. And that's sitting on a 3:57.564. And then P3 at the moment, after having done no running yesterday, is the number 86 GR Racing Ferrari 296, having done a 3:57.686. Tell you what, a decent return to form for those guys right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they've got such a rich history at Le Mans. Obviously, they're not running in the World Endurance Championship at the moment, but a rich history at Le Mans, so they know the circuit well. It's just probably getting used to that new car. Obviously, first year of GT3 regulations. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, I mentioned that we're going to do the Road to Le Mans Race 1 after this free practice 3 session. In that Road to Le Mans race, there is LMP3 and GT3 cars racing. They've had qualifying earlier on today, and currently there is a 40-car grid. Well, 40 LMP3 cars, and then 18 GT3 cars. So an incredible field. Currently, it looks like a Ligier 1, 2, 3 for the starting, 87 Cool Racing, 97 Cool Racing, and there's 66 Rinaldi. We've also got a few Ducanes in there, but the highest place is a 4th place, so not too bad. However, in GT3, Aston Martin is on pole with the 95 Racing Spirit of Le Mans, followed by 3 Ferrari 296s, a Porsche, the Iron Dames Lamborghini GT3, 4 more Ferraris, another Porsche, a Mercedes, an Audi, a Mercedes, 2 more Astons, and a Mercedes. So you can tell who's the better cars in that series is the Ferrari for sure. We've currently got Aston in the Cool Racing number 37. They're hopping around the track very slowly, just going through the Porsche curves at the moment. Looks like there might be a puncture. They've just got the next driver ready in the pit lane, so we'll see what happens with them.
They're saying that 37 might have lost pressure in the front left tyre. I think they're saying is that we might have a flat running.
And he's just getting back into the pits now, so they're getting it back in, but shame for them to see that happen, obviously, so late in.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's happened to this 37 Cool Racing car.
It's very strange, isn't it?
Tyres coming off, here we go. Yeah, I was gonna say, looked like... Yeah. And we still do have some best lap times trickling through. Mikkel Pedersen has just set a new best lap time in the number 88 LM GT3. That is the Proton competition Ford Mustang. 3:59.753. Those Ford Mustangs not running brilliantly at the moment. Sitting 16th and 17th in class as it stands. Oh, wow. Oh, the number 70 Inception Racing McLaren didn't manage to set a single valid lap time before that issue. So they are sitting dead last, 62nd, behind even the Hertz Team Jota car. Mikkel Jensen setting a new best lap time in the number 93 Peugeot. It's a 3:30.505, and that means that the Isotta Fraschini is now...
No, that is a 3:30.987.
0.987. Sorry. Yeah, thanks for that, Ches. So that means that the Isotta Fraschini is now 2.5 seconds off the pace.
Nice. We're getting there.
Chill.
Trust the process, okay? Soon it's gonna be on P1.
Trust the process. They're going to be fast on race day, I promise.
Yeah. They're sort of like me. I don't know how to qualify to save my life. Or practice even. I'm just showing up and racing. As we have a new leader, Kevin Estre sets a time of 3:27.391.
Woof.
Almost a second faster than the number 2 Cadillac. That is a monster time.
Tell you what that is. That is the time of a car that is getting ready for Hyperpole later on this afternoon. Getting ready for short. Also, the Isidor Fraschini has closed the gap. Now now just half a second off the back of the Peugeot Energy's 9X8 93.
So in about a month's time, it may be on pace.
Yeah, they're not exactly finding time quickly in that car, are they? Also, Dragovic sets a new best time for the 311 Cadillac as well, 28.345.
Should also be mentioned that the Isidor Fraschini is a completely new car this season from a manufacturer that haven't produced a single car for almost 30 years.
Oh yeah, but the Lamborghini's also a brand new car for this. In fact, this is the first WEC race that the Lamborghini's taken part in, and the fastest Lamborghini is 2.4 seconds faster.
But Lamborghini has also produced race cars for God knows how long at this point.
Yeah, not a hypercar though, have they?
No. But in that case, like, so it's the same with the, for example, God, what's its name? The, good God, I have, the Porsche. There we go. Like last year, that was back from how many years? We have a yellow flag. Marshall Post 24
brilliant.
and 25.
Oh God, that's Indianapolis again.
Oh no, not again.
Not again.
Not this again. Please.
We will hope that that is not out for too long, because this could be a long slow zone to the end of this session.
Prepare for slow zone.
Prepare for slow zone. Oh, good.
Could you take a look where Marshall Post 20 and 21 is? Because that's where
That
it's
is at the start of the back straight. So that is Mulsanne corner. And then all the way down the back straight will be slow zoned.
That is indeed very interesting. Because that means...
That's procedure. That's standard procedure.
But it's a long one.
Oh yeah, yes, but it's because they don't want cars to be doing if they have the slow zone start out of a slow corner.
That's true.
Then they can.
That is a car beached. The 65.
Again, the Panis racing car. They've had so many issues this weekend already. Whoa! Straight on. Yeah. But yeah, basically they start the slow zone out of a slow corner, so that you don't have cars doing 300 odd kilometers an hour and then having to jam on the brakes to not slam into the back of a GT3 that's already in the slow zone. So it's the same as if there's a car that's gone round out of the Daytona chicane on the Mulsanne, they start the slow zone out of Tetra Rouge because the cars are already naturally having to brake because of the nature of the track.
Was that at Indianapolis? I didn't.
That was at Indianapolis, yeah.
Thank you.
Straight into the wall. Also, look at this LMP3 moment from the end of qualifying earlier. Look at this.
Oh. Nice.
I know, ridiculous, isn't it?
I'm gonna quickly put you guys. Let's see. Let's head over here. Move this over. I have a slight feeling that the stream probably do want to watch this moment here.
What, the LMP3 moment?
Yeah, the one that you just sent here.
It was a moment. I just don't understand why, like, you just... Who knows?
They're turning around and... This
Just drives
happens.
into one of the marshals.
I mean, the Marshall seems to be okay, and... Yeah, still... Quite interesting.
Yeah, so with 33 minutes remaining, we are still under slow zone.
I will be putting us on a slideshow for a little bit. Turning up the music and turning us off. We will see you guys when we have more information about this. So, Ollie, we're back on stream now, audio-wise. We have a question from a viewer here. Who would you prefer to see win this event? This entire weekend?
I think that's difficult. I've got a couple of favourites in the field. Unfortunately, one of my favourites is currently building the car up from the ground.
Yeah.
I think it's really difficult. I think I'd really like to see one of the Cadillacs win, because I think they have really, really good pace around here. And last year they got caught out by things that were mostly out of their control. Whether it was incidents because of Jack Aitken forgetting how to drive, or being caught up with issues with other cars, including a couple of spins based off of contact that was not wholly their fault. So I think, yeah, seeing a seeing a Cadillac take the overall would be nice. Ideally, not Pipo Derani.
Specific?
Because I do not like him.
Yeah, I mean the Cadillac car in general, like the entire car is looking quite strong here. We're sitting in P2, P3, P10. Let's see if I can find more of them. I think that's all of them. No?
Yeah,
Three of
it's
them?
just the 3 entries. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, P2, P3. They're strong. They are almost a second off pace from the leader, but also the leading time currently now was set by Kevin Estre, who is known for having extreme pace. Probably a bit too much pace sometimes. But yeah, I already put my predictions down for did I say car number 8 Toyota, or did I didn't say 7, I don't think. So that would have been not very bright of me. No, number 8 Toyota is my prediction. Simply because they do know what they're doing. I mean they're currently sitting in 4th. But it's a strong team with good history and a lot of experience of this track and LMP, hypercar, LMDH, whatever you want to call it. The top tier of Le Mans, they do have a history and a lot of experience here. But there is currently a yellow flag at Marshall Post 30. Wonder why. Nope, it has been removed. Never mind. We're still sitting here waiting for the overall yellow flag or slow zone to be removed. There is literally barely anything happening on track currently.
Marshall Post 30, by the way, is the entry to the Porsche curve, so I'm assuming someone will have gone deep and taken the escape road.
Most likely, yes. Because it was only there for 14 seconds before it was removed again. So, nothing bad. But yeah, as we have a yellow slow zone, there's not much being updated. That's why you are enjoying this beautiful slideshow instead.
Yeah, I feel like we have been waiting an incredibly long time again for this slow zone to the left, haven't we?
We have.
Feels like it's been a while. I don't know if it actually has been. No,
So
again, it's been about 15 minutes now since that came into effect.
yeah,
Feels like
11
it's taken
minutes.
those guys down at. Feels like it's taken those guys down at Indianapolis a long time to clear anything at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. It's probably shouldn't take this long. I mean, we've had, what is this, second incident in just this session in Indianapolis?
Yeah.
And they've both been well over 10 minutes. So someone talking about something completely unrelated, but kind of fun comment that I saw on Facebook is someone complaining about police officers often being rude. The official police account for that region responded with, "We don't recognize us in this description, but why are you seeing the police so often?" Probably outed yourself to the entirety of Facebook here.
Yes, maybe the police are being rude to you because you're a repeat offender who's also a complete arsehole.
Most likely. Oh yeah, that is definitely what happened in the entry to the Porsche curves.
Yeah,
Jesus
like
Christ,
I said,
car
someone taking the
55
someone taking the
completely
escape
losing
road.
it. Yeah, did manage to save it very well though. That must have been scary.
Here we go. Slow zone will be over at the end of the minute.
So we are heading straight back into the live timing then.
It's a very busy track at the moment, isn't it? For the main start finish straight there.
Yeah, because everybody's probably been held up going through the slow zone. Gives everybody some time to catch up.
Yeah.
Welcome back, by the way.
Welcome back, thank you.
Huh?
Welcome back to you as well.
I've been here for quite a while
Bro's
now.
been here the whole time.
He's been
No,
muted
but-
for like half an hour.
Not on the timing.
I will be back in just a few minutes, but the track is back to green, so we are back to racing.
Whoop whoop. And now I expect we're going to see a little bit of a mad scramble for this last 20 minutes with cars setting, or attempting to set at least, new fastest times, and new personal best times as well.
Both Van Thor brothers are on track at the moment. So Lawrence Van Thor in the Porsche number 6, and Dries Van Thor in the number 15 BMW M Hybrid.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see whether Dries Van Thor can go out and take that top position off of his brother.
Absolutely. going to quickly get something to eat and drink, and then I'll be back with you guys.
Yeah, no worries. No fastest times coming through at the moment. Still waiting on people to be able to get a full green flag lap in, and obviously the tyres will be slightly cooler from having such a reduced pace in a straight line for so long. But we might be getting better laps coming through shortly. We've got a couple of gaps in this field at the moment that are really, really small. For example, if we look down to the guys that are currently P9 and P10, Alessandro Piaguidi and Scott Dixon in the Ferrari 499P and the Cadillac V Series are at the moment separated by just 0.001 of a second. Slightly further up the field, between P4 and P5, the number 8 Toyota and the number 50 Ferrari AF Corsa respectively, currently split by 0.006 of a second. Lots and lots of times that are very, very close to each other at the moment. And I really need someone to be here because I need to go to the loo, but I don't think anyone is. So I'm just going to jig in my rig for a little bit until someone comes back so that I can run to the loo, because I don't want to leave you guys in silence. Ugh. Track temp is picking up. We're up to 29.1 degrees. We were 28.7 at the start of this FP3 session. So across the course of 2 3/4 of an hour, we have picked up a little bit. Air temp has stayed relatively consistent, but the wind speed has gone up. We're now at 6.8 miles an hour of wind speed.
So I'm gonna go to the shops and get some food and all of that. So I'll be back in a bit.
Could you do comms for literally like a minute whilst I run to the loo, and then you can go, because Charlie's gone to get some food and drink and I really need the loo.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Not an issue.
Okay, thank you. I'll be back in a second.
Perfect.
And I am back.
Welcome back. Car 22 driven by Garg is under investigations for track limits, apparently. That is most likely going to be some sort of penalty, I assume, as Kamui Kobayashi in the number 7 Toyota has set a new personal best with a 327.803, putting them up in P2 now. Knocking down the Cadillac number 2 and 311. Car 24 driven by Simpson has received the warning flag for track limits as well. So a lot of track limits going on here now.
It does look like Mr. Jensen Button is about to get into the 38 Porsche 963 of Hertz Team Jota.
Not the fastest driver swap I've seen out there today. Taking her time. Oh, they are pulling the car back into the pits into the pit garage instead. Wonder if they're gonna do some setup tweaking
Most likely, yeah.
to get it running for. Is that car in Hyperpole?
It's not, no.
So that's probably just for night practice then. Or for evening practice, I should say.
Yeah.
As Louis Delatras in car number 14 in the LMP2 Pro-Am category has set a personal best of 3:37.703. That is putting them into, let's take a look here, P3. Yeah. Third, not third overall, but third in class. If the Pan is racing, which it's set as stop, so we do not know 100. I don't know 100% at least.
Full course yellow to remove debris at Marshall Post 10.
We have a full course yellow. There is apparently debris at Marshall Post 10, and that is giving us a full course yellow. That is quite interesting.
Yeah.
Seems like quite a big decision to get rid of some debris in one place. Oh, it's just a 1 minute. Well, 2 minute full course yellow. Probably just so that the marshals are safe when they go out on track. Still think that a slow zone could have been a bit better.
Yeah. And we're back to green. Flog? No, it depends on what yellow it is. So for this yellow, it's a full course yellow, where you have a speed limit which you must not go over. If it's just a normal yellow, then you just need to just slow down a little bit maybe. And then a slow down is similar to full course yellow with a limit, but it's only a certain part of the track and not a full track.
Oh, what did we have a full course yellow for?
Debris.
Marshall 10.
It was just a minute
Oh,
long.
on the exit of the Daytona chicane. Nice.
Yeah, they cleared it. Took like 2 minutes. As I said, I do think that having a full course yellow for some debris in one place is probably a bit
much.
overkill. Yeah, a little bit.
No, just wait until there's a gap in the cars and just go and pick it up.
Yeah.
Honestly, some people.
By the way, I'm not going to the shops. I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, we've had new personal bests come in. Jose Maria Lopez set a new best, although it was Kamui Kobayashi at the time in the number 7 Toyota.
Yes.
So that's closed that gap. It's halved that gap, pretty much. From 8.5 tenths to just over 4 tenths.
Car 6, car 6 and car 59 are under investigation for breaking the full course yellow procedures.
Well, car
That's
59, not on track.
Yes, this car 59 is car 59 is very dead. No,
It is, but it's also under investigations. As car 66 and 92 are receiving warning flags for track limits. But yeah, car 59, that should not... That's interesting. I'm sure they're gonna dismiss it immediately. But car 6, however, that's the leader. The current leader under investigation. That would be interesting to see if they get penalized. Car 23 is under investigation for track limits as well. My cat is furiously screaming in the background. Could you be quiet over there, please? Please. Okay, the cat's gone. I don't know where the cat's gone. Probably to, I don't know, plot a worldwide takeover of all of humanity or something. It's a cat after all.
That they've logged that. Car 23, Ben Keating is under investigation for track limits, 5th warning. Car 66, Sally Ollock, and car 92, Malaikin, have received warning flags for track limits.
Already mentioned this, mate. You're a bit late to the
Sorry.
party here.
I thought the last thing you talked about was Vantor and Cottingham being investigated for full course yellow procedures.
Oh no, I mentioned the other as well. We do have a few personal bests. As Sebastian Bourdais in the number 3 hypercar sets a personal best lap time of 3:28.391, a full exact second slower than the leader and placing him
That's what I was about
P5.
Quite impressively, exactly a second slower.
Could they get penalised for extra time being added to their best lap, or am I mistaken?
Say again?
No. If you go off the track and gain time doing that, your lap time will be deleted. So you don't get time added, you get it completely removed.
Also, James Allen in the number 30 LMP2 sets a 3:39.790. Nicholas Verone in the number 183 LMP2 sets a personal best of 3:37.776, as car 23 has received a 5-minute stop and go penalty for those track limits that were mentioned.
Yeah, Ben Keating.
Absolutely no issues, F-Tog. If you have any more questions, drop them and we will try our best to answer them. As we do have Charlie, our walking encyclopedia, and Ollie, who is Charlie's walking encyclopedia.
Where is that 23 car? Oh, that's a 23 car, currently P10 in LMP2 Pro-Am, slightly lower than I would expect Ben Keating to be, and that 87 car is not stopping at turn 1.
Also, car 6 and 59 have received...
How has the 59 got off?
That is going to be an interesting one to look through later. But yeah, cars 6 and 59 have received a 5-minute stop-and-go penalty for full course yellow procedures. Interesting as the 59 car does currently barely exist.
What I will say is, with that, I think what will happen is those will be served in free practice 4 later tonight.
But is the 59 gonna race in...
Well, yeah, most likely.
Okay.
As
we have a new overall LMP2 leader, Patrick Pillay in the number 10 sets the fastest LMP2 time with a 3:37.979. As also car 155 has received warnings for track limits, and so has car 31 as well.
As I was saying, I think those cars...
Yellow at Marshall Post 33.
No.
That is Porsche curves. It's Marshall Post 33.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's nothing too
That
bad
is
here.
karting. That is karting.
It
Yellow
is
removed.
back-
Green.
It is back to
flag.
green.
As I was saying, the car 6 and car 59, because there is less than 5 minutes left, I'm sure those will be served in free practice 4 tonight.
Interesting. Someone pointed out that possibly the 5-minute comes for a breach of pit crew rules in the under the full course yellow. I'm not sure what the rules are about doing work on cars underneath full course yellow. But that could possibly be where the 59 has committed a breach of the rulebook. Maybe.
As car 20 is under investigations
racing
for their
Sebastian
5th
Bourdais.
track limits warning.
Car number 3, Sebastian Bourdais, 2nd place currently.
Yeah, like I said, these Cadillacs are doing well at the moment. They're now 2, 4, 5. All 3 of those Cadillacs in the top 5 at the moment, and all of them less than a second off the overall pace.
And just to clarify, the guy typing in non-English in the chat currently, that is my brother. But also, yes, please do keep everything here in English, as I'm the only non-English speaker here.
Ah. So you're only allowed to do emergency service under full course yellow. So there's a possibility that the marshals and the stewards didn't feel that it was an emergency service, but they were already in the garage. So I don't even know, because cars that are in the garage don't stop doing work during red flags or full course yellows normally, do they?
We don't know.
Not during the race, so not really sure what that's about.
Jason Thor has improved to P2.
As we have a checkered flag.
432. We are a checkered flag now.
As car 60 and 11 are both warned for track limits as well.
And it looks
BMW
like
up
we're going to
in
get a
P2
Vantor
currently.
1-2 to finish the day. Well, to finish the session at least.
Brotherly fight up there. I wonder how their parents are feeling right now. Dries Vantor being involved in quite an interesting incident in FP2 where he just went straight on in Indianapolis, hitting the wall there straight on. Otherwise, it's been quite a half anonymous running for them so far this week. As the
new
Ferrari,
fastest time.
The Ferrari, of course, Number 50, driven by Antonio Fuoco, sets a lap time of 3:27.7. Oh, 0.283. I mean, sorry. Lots of numbers there. I've been watching nothing but numbers for 3 days straight now, barely.
Looks like possibly this 15 BMW team WRT could improve as well, possibly at the end of this lap. The 15.
Yes, indeed, FTOG. It is a Ferrari 1, Porsche 2, BMW 3.
Cadillac 4, Toyota 5. Pretty decent result, I would suggest. I don't know why they're all saying Palou. It's Palou.
Ollie Cadwell with a new personal best in the LMP2 LMP2 category 3. Sorry.
Alright, Dries Van Thor enters the pit lane in the 15 BMW M Team WRT. So now the only hypercar left running on track is the number 6 Cadillac Racing, but they are not improving, not at all. So they're going to be back in the they're going to be back to the pit lane as well.
You meant the 2 Cadillac Racing, yeah?
The 2 Cadillac Racing, yeah. Sorry. He's P6. I don't know why they've put the place in class closest to the team name. It would make much more sense for it to be position in class than team number, then car number, team name, driver, car. But oh well. I'm not going to tell Timing 71 how to run their own app. I'm sure they've had plenty of people tell them to do it the other way around. So.
They've left, by the way. That.
Oh, I don't care. Wave at them anyway.
So next on the schedule
Duh.
is the first race of the Road Le Mans series. And that goes on in roughly 25-ish minutes.
I'm not going to be around for that, but I should be around for Hyperpole later. So
Oh
I will
wow, car
definitely see you guys then.
44, 81, 777, 28 are all getting warning flags for track limits. And car 11 is under investigations for track limits. Car 11, that is
so these could be yet more penalties to serve. Well, and some of the... Sorry, which car is the Isidor Fraschini?
11.
Oh, the 11, yeah. Yes. I think the big issue for these guys is that if any of those cars are into Hyperpole, if they get any penalties now, they have to be served in the next session. They can't tide them over to FP4, I don't believe. There's a possibility that the Hyperpole is exclusive from penalties, but I believe penalties have to be served in the next available session.
I would say Hyperpole is probably a not because it is so short.
Yes, it would make the most sense, but at the same time, it's the FIA we're talking about. So, we'll wait and see. Right, I'm going to head off for now, boys. I'll be back later for the Hyperpole.
See you later.
Sounds
Thank
great.
you.
Cool. See you later. Bye, lads.
Bye. And we are heading off, but we will be back in like 10 minutes. We're basically just switching the streams, making sure everything works.
See you in a bit, guys.
Bye.